Hi, it's me, Ivy Barksdale Realtor with Guide Realty, coming to you once again with Black history from a personal perspective. Now, last time we talked about the four life lessons that my dad learned that would help shape who he was to become. So now we're moving forward about 13 years, and by now he and his beautiful wife Vi were getting settled in married life. They had 7 children of 8. I was not there yet. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you about an incident that occurred on February the 19th, 1960. And my dad describes 2 distinct incidents that occurred on that day in chapter 1 of his book, Chance or Circumstance. He describes the day as being pleasant, no chance of rain or snow. And he goes on to say, but on this day, 2 claps of thunder were heard that would ignite the civil rights movement in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He tells us that at 2:30 p.m., the first clap of thunder was heard when 3 Negro parents and 5 Negro students promenaded up the walkway to the door of an all-white school in an attempt to desegregate the school and gain a full day's education. Now, at this time, many of the Negro schools were terribly overcrowded, so much so that some of the students were bused to other Negro schools and other students only were able to attend a half day. And so this second clap of thunder that he talks about occurred an hour and a half later at 4:00 p.m. And this was when a group of students from the all-black Howard High School decided to go downtown and take a seat at the lunch counter at the S.H. Crescent Company 5 and Dime store. Now, at this time in history, Jim Crow laws were in effect, and those laws forbade blacks from sitting at counters with whites. So, if a Negro was to sit at a lunch counter, they could be subject to arrest and conviction. So, the students had been discussing what had happened in Greensboro, North Carolina with some college students. And in their discussion, they ended up kind of turning it into a dare. And it was a dare in which 9 of the students boldly decided to carry out. And my dad mentions that they were simply ordinary students. But they were ordinary students who decided to take extraordinary action. So these 2 claps of thunder yielded results. The attempt to desegregate the schools eventually resulted in the schools being integrated. However, the final decision in the desegregation lawsuit was not handed down until some 26 years later. And by December of 1960, those 9 high school students had grown to 200. And so by the end of that year, all of the lunch counters in Chattanooga were desegregated. And then the movie theaters followed suit in February of 1961. And my dad says, 2 claps of thunder and bolts of lightning hit Chattanooga on that historic day, unplanned and unknown to either group. And he says, what a day. Next time, we're going to talk a little bit more about these events and the role that my dad played in the civil rights movement in Chattanooga, Tennessee.